So, everybody, this is not my intro, sorry. Yo, what's up, guys and gals? Jacob Crash here. Right today, on the last episode of this series, we worked on this animation, which looks pretty awesome. If we go into the final render, there we go, this is what we have so far. I think it looks really cool. So, there's one thing I need to adjust. There's just one thing I need to adjust. So I'm gonna do this right here because y'all get to watch me do my school. Sorry, I got a text talking about school and I said school. Oh my gosh! Stop messaging me, people. Stop messaging me, people. Jeez, people. People are annoying sometimes, you know. Alright, there we go. I'm just gonna turn off my ringer. So, I kind of just adjusted this display here because it didn't look metallic enough for me. So, I kind of just adjusted that. Otherwise, this looks freaking awesome. So, let's start from the beginning. And go. Beautiful. That looks epic. So, let's work on it a little bit more. So, I planned on working on kind of having this battle scene, and then a Klingon battle cruiser crashes into an asteroid, causing it to explode. And I thought that would be a really cool way to do that. I thought that would look awesome. So we need to make that asteroid for it to explode. And then I was gonna have the Excalibur, like have a cut to the behind the asteroid, and while it's exploding, the Excalibur has a rigid body, like thing. So the pieces bounce off of it, and then it just is shot through, or goes through the rubble of the asteroid. Kind of like a heroic scene of some sort, and I thought that would be pretty cool, so yeah. But so we need to get out of this. Turn this back on. Hit Shift A. I'm gonna add a UV sphere, I think. Yeah, maybe. This sphere is put into lights. Let's put in the scene collection, and let's make sure everything is organized. So, let's make this into asteroid, in case we want to make more than one, which we can just use a particle simulator for, if we really want to make more than one. So, yeah. So, I opened the shading tab, just slightly rearranged it so I had a little bit more to work with. But, so we're going to go over here to modifier tab, and we're going to grab a displacement. Where did I put that? Displace modifier. I want to click new texture. Next thing we're going to do is we can click here, and it would bring us to this tab here. And we're just going to switch it to clouds. Which, as you can see, that totally looks like an asteroid right there. Definitely looks like an asteroid. So once we got this, just leave these settings the same. Perfect fine. Go to modifiers. Let's just close this. Just save space and add a subdivision modifier. I know it kind of looks kind of funky, but trust me, it will get better. The easy way to do it is just hit shade smooth, which kind of gives you this. I think you could add an edge split, but I don't know what that would do to this. Because last time I did this, I didn't add edge split. See, edge split kind of messed that up. Gotcha. So usually that works, but not in this specific situation. It is not ideal. So this is a very round asteroid. So we're just gonna hit S to scale and hit Z just to like stretch it out just a little bit more like this. Oh, you can say hi to our little Excalibur buddy over there. But yeah. Texturing this is gonna be a whole lot more fun though. Alright, so next, you can see this kind of weird pinching up here, so let's go to go to edit mode. I'm gonna go faces, let's just click out of that. Hit C to get brush select. And you can't do anything until you hit escape or right click, and then just shift. See, nope, whoopsie, doopsies. I made an oopsies. Okay. C, shift. Okay. Now you can hit X, delete the faces. Nah, I gotta go back to object and just fix this because it kind of And now you can tell there's a big issue here. We have an issue. We can see directly through it. So let's go back to edit. Go to edges and just hit Alt. And then you'll get that loop right here. And then hit F3, which is kind of like the way to search for anything. You have access to literally everything in the entire Blender arsenal of junk, whatever you want to call it. But we're going to hit grid fill. And we're going to do the same thing down here. We're going to Alt select, hit F3, and hit grid fill. And that should make it look a bit better. That does. See that right there? It looks better. This one's kind of funky, but that's okay. Now, just to make this look a little bit better. Let's go back to vertices. Let's grab this little middle point right here. Let's turn on proportional editing and hit G. And let's just bring it down, and then hit GZ and bring it up and just mess with my scroll wheel until I get right about that. Does that really mess with it a whole lot? It does. That makes it look a little bit better. There we go. That's cool. Alright. It's kinda, ooh, it's not even. You can adjust stuff though. Hit G and stuff. Just kinda smooth it out. There we go. That should be smoothed out just a little bit more. Yeah, that will look a little bit better in the end game. And then I'm gonna do the same here for the bottom one, but we gotta get the middle vertex right here. Man, it is hard to do this. Hit G, Z, kinda just. Yep, no keeping on. There we go. There we go. It just adjusts it a little bit more. It just fixed it a bit. So now just make sure you hit save, because saving is the most essential thing in working on projects like this. Now let's work on textures. Make sure you switch from world to object here. Click new texture. I'm just going to call this Asteroid.01 because I might want to switch textures or mess with it a little bit. So yeah. Now my workflow is a little bit different than most Blender artists here. So I'm just going to pull this. Nope, not clicking anything. That's not what I meant to click. Sorry, my mouse has been having some difficulties past few days. So I'm just gonna hit Shift A. I'm gonna get a Voronoi, I think that's how you say it, texture, and I normally plug the color into the emission just so I can see what I'm working with. In which I completely forgot this is using scene lights. And I'll forget about scene world with the world opacity here. Okay, I can turn down the world strength just a little bit. Like, that's just ridiculous. Jeez. Relax. There we go. Perfect. This is what we want right here. Okay, so it's been a while since I've worked on an actual asteroid, so I'm gonna move this. I think I use smooth F1. So I'll just let it try to calculate. There you go. I think that's about right. Alright, now I have a lot to explain to you. So actually what I want to do is I'm just going to bring this over because it's going to be a little bit more of an advanced node ramp here. So let's, that's not what I meant to click. Whoops. Shift A, get a color ramp, slap it right in here. And then once the shaders are done trying to shade, hit Shift A, grab a mix RGB. Yes. Grab a mix RGB. And then what I want to do for this specific one, I was fiddling around with stuff, so I want to bring this up to scale of 26. And then I'm going to Shift E, plug the distance of this one into the vector, and this one will be size 8 here. Then I'm going to hit Shift A and grab a Musgrave texture, and we're just going to change this detail to max, which would be 16, and the scale to 2.2, and we're going to slap the height of this directly into the bottom color of the mix RGB, allowing us to get this kind of a texture right here. And then we're going to grab a texture coordinate. And we're going to use the generated texture coordinate and plug them into the vectors. Alright, then you plug that in there. And this is what we have so far. Sorry, my parents were knocking on my door. But they're yelling my name, but because I have my headphones on, I couldn't hear them. They just thought I was ignoring them, but no, I was not. I think this is right. Yes, this is just right. Now next, we're going to take this out of the emission. We're going to plug it into the base, or grab the base color and plug it into there. So when it's done shading, yep, there's the base color for now. And then we're going to hit Shift A and grab a bump map, or bump node, and plug into the height. Yeah, plug this into the height. And this into the normal. And then you can really adjust stuff once it's done creating this bump map. And that, as you can tell, that seems kind of strong. And wow, it's lagging my machine out. So I'm just gonna get here, and I'm gonna call this Excalibur underscore asteroid, because you know you have to have everything. The fact that this is destroying my computer right now is not good. So I'm just gonna bring the bump down. Much better. Also bring down the distance, because this is ridiculous. Really should be like just barely. No. Perfect. That's like plenty. Now that we're done destroying my computer. There you go. Now we have this. We're also going to figure out how to make this thing explode too. So we'll worry about that later though. And then I'm just going to apply these all. Apply them all here. And let's say what would that look like in render view? Not bad, not bad. I would like to adjust some stuff a little bit. This needs to become gray. Gray. Grayish brown color. Oh, that's chocolate. That still looks like chocolate. It's literally chocolate. I forgot to change this to Chevy Chev. Yeah, because both of them need to be Chevy Chev. Now I just let the shaders, you know, kill itself. Don't crash. Don't crash. There we go. Now we got Chubby Chub. Now hit save. So in case you crash, everything will be okay. Yay, yay, yay. This is kind of redonkulous. This should work because this is not going to be like an up close texture anyway. It doesn't need to be up close. In fact, actually, I have an issue with this more annoying. I think what I'm going to do is get rid of that. Oh, oh no. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, now we're gonna grab a noise texture instead. I'm gonna plug that into the vector. And then just give it a second. It will hate me just for a moment. Oh, don't cancel. Just keep going. Come on, you got this. You got this, computer. I'm running on a very bad computer here, so this is why it is struggling so very much with this. There we go. That should make the details really fine. And look at that. That is beautiful. And then now what we can do is we can adjust by destroying my computer. That's what we can do. We can adjust by doing that. This really is killing my computer right now. Yes, I am increasing the bump map. Okay, not that much, just a little bit. Do I even dare turn that on? That looks epic, but wow, that does destroy my computer, doesn't it? Perfect. And this is where I'm going to leave this episode off. I'm leaving this one off specifically on the asteroid because the rest is going to get a lot longer, and I don't want to make you guys wait a billion years and have to deal with another 49 episode minute. Or, 49-minute episode. So, there you go. I kind of brought down the bump map down to the 0.25, but it looks epic. This is for, like, distance shots. If you're going to do a close-up shot of this asteroid that you have created, make sure that you have the map, or the bump map, set at, like, 0.5, 0.6, like I did. Because that brings in a whole lot of detail. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.